Hello and welcome to Today in African History for the 24th of July. If you are here for the first time, welcome to our brand spanking new channel where we discuss African history, the good, the bad and the ugly, how we can learn from our bad or negative history and how we can use the negative histories that we've had as Africans to shape our continent for the better. So wherever Africans are found on the continent or in the diaspora, this is where we can come together to learn about our past, the failures we've had in the past, the successes we've had, the people who have molded us as Africans, the people who have tried their best to fight the colonists, those who came to take over our lands, those who have enslaved us over the centuries, how we've broken free and how we should plan to propel ourselves into the future as Africans so that we can stand with our heads held high in the committee of nations. Okay, the nations that are developed today, the so-called first world nations, they had to go through a process. They had issues, just the same way we have issues today. Okay, so we need to find out what works for us as Africans so we can propel ourselves forward. We learn from our history, especially the negative history, so that we can adjust and fine-tune things for the future. Usually we don't learn when things go well for us, not just our collective history, but in our personal lives. You know, we do not tend to learn from the positives, we tend to learn from the negatives. So that's the essence of this channel. If you are a returning visitor, you know the drill. Welcome back. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not support our young channel, our young fledgling channel, so that we can get more viewership, more subscribers, we can grow, we can promote the African cause to Africans on the continent and in diaspora as well, and others who are friendly to Africans and want to see Africa succeed as well. So welcome to this channel. July 24th is the day today, and we're going to talk about what has happened in recorded history on this day. We will talk about this lady who is in the thumbnail very soon in the video, so hang in there, don't go anywhere. First of all, we will talk about this gentleman here. His name is Chief Abraham Aderibibe Adesanya, born on this day in 1922. He sadly passed on the 27th of April 2008. Now, who was Chief Abraham Adesanya? He was a Nigerian politician, lawyer, activist, welfarist, and liberal progressive. In 1959, Chief Adesanya returned to Nigeria as a qualified lawyer and joined the action group led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. The same year, he was nominated and eventually elected to the Western House of Assembly to represent Ijebu-Igbo constituency in the 12 December 1959 House of Representatives election. He was a dedicated Awois, this being the term for a disciple of Chief Awolowo. He led a team of lawyers that defended Chief Awolowo against the Nigeria federal government's charges of treason in 1962. So Chief Adesanya, born on this day in 1922. Nigerian politician, lawyer, activist, welfarist, and liberal progressive. Also on this day, we go back to the lady in the thumbnail. Her name is Clarion Chukwurah. Born Clara Nneka Oluwatoyin Folashade Chukwurah on this day in 1964. She is a Nigerian actress and humanitarian. She was recognized as a United Nations Peace Ambassador for her charity work across Africa. She began her career in acting in the year 1980, but became popular when she featured in a soap opera titled Mirror in the Sun. Now, I remember the soap opera as a very young boy. I must have been in my very early teens when this aired regularly on the Nigerian Television Authority. Now, in those days, there were probably just one or two private television stations in the country. Now there are loads. So in the case of that, television, Nigeria has grown quite rapidly over the last 3 or 4 decades. So it's happy birthday, Clarion Chukwurah, born on this day in 1964. That would make her 61 years old. She is the mother of popular Nigerian music video director Clarence Peters. So we have Clarion and Clarence. How clever. How very clever. Anyway, happy birthday, Clarion Chukwurah, born on this day in 1964. Next, on this day, his name is Mike Okiro, born on the 24th of July, 1949 in Oguta, Imo State. He hails from Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni in Rivers State. He was the Inspector General of the Nigeria Police Force from 2007 to 2009. He retired on this day in 2009 from the Nigeria Police Force, meritoriously having attained the mandatory retirement age of 60 years. The entire Nigeria Police Force will continue to eulogize, appreciate, and give ample reasons to remember him for all that he enacted, stood for, and his inherent principles of being celebrated, but yet a benevolent, tough cop. So it's happy birthday, Mike Okri, former Inspector General of the Nigeria Police Force, born on this day in 1949. Now, the police force in Nigeria are known to be very, very corrupt. A lot of them due to them not being well paid by the Nigerian government. But this man seems like he bowed out meritoriously from the police force, having risen to the rank of Inspector General. So respect to Inspector General Mike Okiro, who was born on this day in 1949. Also, on this day, of course, the year was 1978. This beautiful lady, 18-year-old Margaret Gardiner, was crowned Miss Universe in Mexico, becoming the first African and South African to do so. Margaret Gardiner, born 21st August 1959, is a South African journalist and beauty queen who was the winner of Miss Universe in 1978. She won the pageant, like I said earlier, at the age of 18. After the 3 semi-final competitions, she entered the 5 finalists in 4th place, but ended up winning the pageant after answering the final question. So after the 3 semi-final competitions, she entered the first 5 finalists in 4th place, but ended up winning the pageant after answering the final question. So this is about beauty and brains, not just about beauty, but brains as well. So it's interesting how the pageant has changed over the years, how people have come to realize that beauty is only skin deep. You have to have the brains as well to match the beauty. You have to have the heart as well to match the beauty. So you see a woman who is stunning, but she's got no character. She is loose. She's got no morals whatsoever, very, very low morals. And she cannot be beautiful to someone who knows that beauty is only skin deep. The beauty of a woman is not of her own making. Most of the beauty that you find in a woman is not of her own making. The real beauty comes in from within. That one is of your own making. That is something that you can control. The way you treat people, the way you speak to people, the knowledge that you have, how you use that knowledge. Do you use that knowledge to impact society positively, or do you use that knowledge against society? You use that knowledge to gain an upper hand against people who cannot defend themselves, for instance. Now that, if you use your knowledge properly to enhance humanity, then that makes you an even more beautiful human being. So it's happy birthday, Margaret Gardiner. She was born on the 21st of August 1959, but she is celebrated on this day, 24th of July 1978, as an 18-year-old beauty contest winner, the first South African to do so. So she did that on this day in 1978 as an 18-year-old. So she will have her birthday on the 21st of August, so less than a month from now. So happy birthday in advance, Miss Gardiner. Next, on this day, this man here called Sir James Percy Fitzpatrick, KCMG, was born. The year was 1862, I beg your pardon. Known as Percy Fitzpatrick, he was a South African author, politician, mining financier, and pioneer of the fruit industry. He died on the 24th of January 1931. He authored the classic children's book Jock of the Bush World in 1907. As a politician, he defeated British imperial interests before and during the Anglo-Boer War. Fitzpatrick is responsible for the creation of the 2-minute silence observed on Armistice Day. So this is the guy that invented the 2-minute silence, which is observed on Armistice Day. His name again is Sir James Percy Fitzpatrick. He was born on this day in 1862, died on the 24th of January 1931. Next, we have Farouk Abdulaziz, born on this day in 1946 at El Mahela El Kubra in the heartland of Egypt's Nile Delta. He is a well-known TV presenter, interviewer, writer, producer, and director in the Arab world. The career of Farouk Abdulaziz had been quite multifoliate since its inception some 45 years ago. Before obtaining his BA degree in English literature from the Faculty of Arts in Cairo University, he was involved in writing comic strips for Disney's Middle East Arabic language franchise, the Weekly Mickey, where he published his noted 1-year-long series, The Gates of Cairo, from 1967 to 1968. Interesting fellow. So Farouk Abdulaziz, born on this day in 1946, that would make him 77 years old today. 1946 to 2023, 77 years old today. So it's happy birthday, Mr. Farouk Abdulaziz, producer, director, TV presenter, and interviewer. On this day also, the year was 1932. Last but not least, Trevor Jenkins. He was born in Metherville and is a human geneticist from South Africa, noted for his work on DNA. DNA simply stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. He is the former dean of the medical school at the University of Witwatersrand. He contributed significantly to the knowledge of gene markers in different populations through his work on the genetics of blood groups and DNA polymorphisms, which helped to clarify the origins of indigenous groups in Africa. He also studied sickle cell anemia and albinism at the molecular level. He has published and collaborated in over 300 papers and 2 books. So it's happy birthday, Trevor Jenkins, born on this day in 1932 in Metherville in South Africa. Human geneticist, noted for his work in DNA, former Dean of the Medical School at the University of Witwatersrand. On that note, folks, we have come to the end of today's Today in History. We now have another record-breaking video. Thanks for joining us once again. If you're here for the first time, you haven't subscribed, you like what we're doing, support our young fledgling channel by clicking the subscribe button. Also, turn on your notification bell so that you are updated whenever we upload a video. Returning visitors, give me some love, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. Thanks for joining us today. Have a good day.